Hey everyone, it's me, Explosive Bones. I am making a creative map called Wanted, and I'm starting a devlog series on it. So I'm gonna show you, and hopefully you enjoy. Alright, so this was made in UEFN. So if you have any questions on how I made anything here, just ask them, and hopefully I'll get around to answering them. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is I'm actually gonna launch it first. Alright, now while this loads up, I'm gonna take this opportunity to show the beginning area. Now, this is where you spawn, and there's two mutator zones here, and then I'm gonna lower the camera speed. There's a bunch of cinematic devices which play this camera back here that pans back and forth looking at the starting area. I don't know why it's all the way up here. Actually, I think that's where it should be. But you can have up to 5 people, and there's the HUD gets removed in the main area. The pop-up dialogue is the menu, and then in the background there's a bunch of trees and a bunch of buildings. These are all just put into the game straight from just the Fortnite section of the content browser. And then there are these ones here, like this roadblock and the light generator, a couple other things here that aren't from Fortnite and they were imported. So not everything here is from the game itself, and they're just imported. So on starting the game, you can see that the camera does pan back and forth, and there's a little menu, and I'll get to that later. The menu here with the name of the map, and you can close it temporarily if you want, and to open it back up, you can just use an emoticon to bring it back. And you saw in the background there was a little police car that went by. I can show you that in the editor to show you how it works. And you press begin here, goes into a loading thing, and you start by a truck. There should be a road here. I'll fix that in a minute. Every once in a while a car should drive by, and over here you have a little quest in the top left to enter the warehouse. So you go in here, then it changes to take your weapons. So you get a hammer, which is sitting on this crate. You get a shotgun inside of this one, and then there's some grenades in this box. If I could pick it up, that'd be nice. There we go. Right. Now, everything here has like 500 health and can be destroyed, except a small amount of things, such as this area with all these little podium things I'm gonna call them. You can break everything around it, but you can't break that. I'm gonna get rid of the pickaxe. Alright, next you have a quest to open the computer, but before I show you that, I'm going to show you the rest of the warehouse. So we come up these stairs, and then there's a place with just a bunch of boxes. Like I was saying, there's a bunch of boxes and crates up here, and then over here, since you live in this warehouse, you have your little living area. There's TV, a bed, closet, pizza boxes, safe, and yes, you can blow it all up. Back to the computer, you could come into this area where there's a TV. You can turn it on, and you get water bar. And you got some stuff, couch, bookshelves, TV, paintings. And over here is the computer. You can't blow up the computer, but everything around it, you definitely can. I'll fix that later. So you open the computer, and it plays a little cinematic where the chair moves back and the camera pans into it. And then you get this little menu here. Home, select an app. You can choose between emails or news, or you can shut off the computer, which is what I just did. In the emails section, you get 5 emails from a bunch of skins that people should know. And then there's me, because I made the map. Going into Jonesy, we'll tell a little story. An email from Jonesy, he's talking to you. He wants you to go to Peely's house and destroy it for a funny prank. Then Peely's mad, and he thinks it was Lil Whip because he runs an ice cream shop, and he's a banana, and he thinks ice cream is better than banana, but Billy's wrong, and it was actually Jonesy. Then in Will Whip's email, he tells the backstory of what happened with him and I think it was Fishstick, and now he wants to flood his restaurant. And Fishstick, which is known for being very smart, thinks it was Geometrics because water covered his restaurant, and he owns Steamy Stacks, which has purple water. And then Geometrics has his entire company destroyed, and now he will destroy Pleasant Park, which is the final email mission. So the next part of the story, to get missions, is in news articles. You read articles, and you see, oh wow, this place has something that's worth money, and you want to steal it. Now that's for all of these, and then this one you break out someone from jail, and I'll have a fun time designing the mechanics for that. Then there's a bank you rob, and there's a guarded base with a bunch of cars, or whatever I'm gonna do here. And then the final mission of the entire game, the military headquarters. And it says here that if anyone succeeded, they would be the most wanted person on the planet. And the game is called Wanted. And now I think you understand why. And the text is different for this one too. If you're wondering what this looks like in the editor, here's the police car that's in the background. There's 2 light devices for the headlights. Every 15 seconds there's a 50% chance that it will trigger one of these cinematic devices to make the car go. When you start the game, it puts you in this little box, which is where everything loads up. And then once it's done loading, it activates this mutator zone, which when somebody enters it, it'll teleport them into the warehouse area. When you start loading, it'll trigger a sequencer, which is going to do a lot more when there's more mechanics in this game. Once it's finished loading, you'll get teleported over here to this truck, which is like your escape vehicle for every level. And it's just like your vehicle or something. The car that goes by starts here, and again 2 headlights, sequence device, and it just drives straight. There's not really a lot to show about that. Then the actual warehouse is covered in a prop manipulator to make it destructible. Things that are not on a prop manipulator, such as this tree, are not able to be broken. These trackers are the quests. In the beginning you'll be assigned the one to enter it. When you enter this mutator zone, that gets triggered. When you pick up all of these items, the second one is triggered. And when you open the computer, the third one is triggered. I don't know why the prop manipulator... Oh, because the priority isn't... okay, let's go to that. I'll just put it on like 2. And then that'll be fixed, hopefully. Then this is the cinematic camera that controls the little sequence that happens when you click on the computer. Then there's the TV. Button turns it on, turns it off, all that. Nothing really happens here yet. It's just not able to be broken. There's lights here, and then in this area, it exists. Then there's a farm. You can break the farm. It's pretty boring. There's another shed here. It's a prefab. The warehouse is not a prefab though, so you know, that's nice. I was really lazy about this, and I didn't feel like doing it. Maybe I'll change it in the future. Now, I actually started designing one level. It's the museum, the Salty Springs Museum, with houses from Salty Springs. This road here was supposed to be over by the warehouse, but for some reason it wasn't. And when I select the road, the area where I move it shows up there. So that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate that and then bring it back to its correct location. Here we go. Where's the road? There we go. Right. And if you hold shift, it comes with you, so it's much easier to monitor where it's going. It's there we go. Perfect. Alright. Hopefully it shouldn't be too hard to realign. That side looks good. Then all I have to do is just extend it over here. I think I just click on this, maybe? I've got a better idea. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. I can just scale it bigger, and because the material is world aligned, it won't make any texture issues. And now we have fixed that bug. Now, back to the museum. We have a road spline. If you want to know how to do that, I will put a link to the tutorial in the description. Then I've started building a bank over here. This is the main entrance to the bank. You come through here, there's going to be rooms in every direction. There's one lounge over here, there's another lounge over here. Did I say bank? I meant museum. And up here, I'm going to put like a display area here for the main thing you're stealing. Up here is a vent, and inside of it is a ventilation system. What a surprise. I'll get to that in a second. But to the right, you have a door, which leads to this area, where there's a little construction thing. And out of this, I'm going to put a concrete pipe that you can slide through, and then land on a car and drive to your escape vehicle. That might be the route I put in the trailer. And then over here, on the roof, there's actually a vent here that you can break and go inside to enter the building. I'll find a way to make it so you can get in here. But for now, that's what I have. This area, I'll put more stuff on display. I'm going to put stairs over here. Got some Chapter 1 prefabs over here from Salty Springs. I didn't make these. They came like this in the prefab. So I might switch them out later for the Chapter 4 bushes or cars. But for now, I'm just going to leave it. Now, hopefully this turns into a series if you like it. So stay tuned. Part 2 coming soon. Hey, I hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, you probably did. Make sure to like and comment letting me know that you enjoyed this series, because this is my first video and I really don't think anyone's gonna see it. So if you do, let me know. Bye.